Have you ever asked yourself, who am I? Why am I here on earth at such a time like this? What is my purpose in life? Will I ever be able to attain my life goals and dreams? Will my situation and my story ever change? Or am I destined to fail? Based on my background, past experience, association, and environment, can I ever attain greatness? Is it too late for me? I think I'm too old to get married, too young to start the company. In fact, nobody in my family has ever gone beyond this point, and the list goes on what you can't do and why it's very impossible. The power of vision. Vision is a clear picture of your next level. Vision is your destiny in pictures. Vision is the ability to see tomorrow before it comes. Vision is a function of the heart, while sight is a function of the eyes. A young lady born and raised in the village of Vipani in Karoi district, Moshonaland, West Province of Zimbabwe. She went against all odds and tradition in the quest to realize her dreams and vision, regardless of the prevailing opposition that she faced. By the time she was 18 years old, she was already married off with 4 kids without a high school education or any hope of attaining one. However, this was a usual occurrence within her environment. In fact, that was a similar and a common story around her, not only with her peers but also from other martyrs in her family. In fact, her mother was married off while she was still a teenager, same to her grandmother or even a great-grandmother. This was a vicious cycle already deep-rooted within her community. Her environment was surrounded by women who had been denied the right of dreaming and the right of education, where the only baton that was being passed on was that of poverty, lack, early marriages, and illiteracy among women. However, all this changed when she found herself in a sitting alongside other women of the community, being taught and motivated by a very passionate and energetic white American lady whose talk was filled with hope, dreams, and expectation for the future. This was always her perfect getaway from the normal and very exhaustive cycle of endless chores and taking care of her young ones and husband. However, there was something unusual with this communicator. Her drive for change was more vibrant than any other person she has ever met before. Finally, the moment came when this foreign lady asked her the question that she will never ever forget in her life. The question that changed the entire trajectory of her life. The question that her soul dreaded to be asked. The question that will eventually make the difference in her life. The question that shattered her normal. What are your dreams? Dreams? She thought within herself. Can a young, black, silently abused 22-year-old mother of 4 have dreams? What will I do with dreams? Even if I dream, I'm sure they will never become a reality. Tasked with the responsibility of breaking the extremely tough and rigid cycle of poverty and lack and early marriage, the foreign white lady noticed the grave silence. She insisted on a question. Young woman, you did not say anything. Tell me, what are your dreams? Despite the fact that she had dreams, it was crystal clear that she will never attain them. It will never become a reality considering her background, family, and mostly her environment. Yes, her surrounding had done a perfect job in silencing any dream or vision in her life. She eventually gave in and let loose her inner voice that was buried deep inside of her, that was never to be revealed ever to anyone. And like a broken record, she kept numbering them over and over again. Number 1, I want to go to America. Number 2, I want to have a bachelor's degree. Number 3, I want to have a master's degree. Number 4, I want to have a doctorate degree. And suddenly, she received an awkward silence and a stare from all her contemporaries around her. Are you crazy? That can never happen. How can that be? Leave alone the bachelor's degree. You do not even have a high school certificate. Even the males in your family have never attained what you're talking about. It's too expensive. It cannot happen. It is impossible. And these are the kind of voices all of us have to fight, from our friends, from our colleagues, and most sadly even our relatives. Despite all the descending voices and the descending environment, the foreign woman answered her and said, "Yes, it's achievable." And I want to echo the same to you. Yes, you can be the first. Yes, you can be the greatest. Yes, you can do it. Yes, you can defy all odds. Yes, you can change your history and live in your destiny. Running back home, she went straight to her mother and told her, "Mama, I have met someone who has made me to believe in my dreams. I have met a person that has told me I can achieve all my dreams." Then her mother replied, "Daughter, if you believe in what this stranger is telling you, it's time to redefine the baton, to reshape your destiny, to break the status quo." And her mother told them, "If you believe in your dreams and you believe you can attain them, write them down and bury them the same way we bury an umbilical cord." And quickly she wrote her dreams down. She said to her, "Daughter, I see you have written down your dreams that are good and also achievable. However, my daughter, I also need you to know that your dreams in life will have a greater meaning when they are tied with the betterment of our community." This provoked her to point down the 5th dream and the most important part of any dream, dream number 5. "When I come back, I want to improve the lives of women and girls in my community. Not only am I coming out, but I'm bringing a lot of others with me." Wow, ladies and gentlemen, some doors are meant only to be pushed to open, but others we have to break them down so that every other person that is behind us can comfortably walk through them. You are a trailblazer. This is what dreams and visions are all about. The struggle. Conception and documentation is a very important part in triggering your vision and dreams, but actualization of the same is the toughest part. This is the place where everything inside of you tells you should quit. Why? You should give up. In fact, what you have done already is enough. You should not put yourself through all this. But when you consider what is chasing you, your background, and what you're chasing after, your destiny, then quitting is never an option. You just won't stop. It took her 8 years for her to acquire a high school diploma, characterized with the scarcity of financial resources to meet the cost of the school fees, and even receiving negative results, failure, and being ungraded, but she still kept pushing on. Wow, how tradition will always contend with vision. But when the fire is unquenchable, the goal is always attainable. Eventually, the U's and the F's turned to grade A's and grade B's. And after 8 years, she acquired her high school diploma. Mark chapter 9, verse number 23. If you only believe, all things are possible for them that believe. Visualization. She will later imagine herself sitting on an airplane, going to America, seeing these tall buildings, and her grandmother will say, feel those mental images, see those buildings, and I will see and even smell the life that I wanted. And when I got into the airplane, it was like a deja vu. I think I have been here before. Even when I arrived in the campus, I felt like I have been in this place before. I had spent so much of my time visualizing this life. Psalms chapter number 23, verse number 7. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 3. By faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of God, so that the things that are seen were not made from the things that do appear. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 17. While we look not at the things that are seen, but the things unseen. For the things that are seen are temporal, the things unseen are eternal. This lady will eventually move to the United States in 1998 with her 5 children and her husband to Oklahoma. 3 years later, she will attain a bachelor's degree in agriculture education, master's degree in just 2 years later, a PhD in the Western Michigan University, and she has continued to give back to the society, even building a school in her name. She's considered to be Oprah's all-time favorite guest, and she has even spoken to the United Nations. I'm talking about no other but the very incredible Dr. Tererai Trent. The power of vision is unmatched. Where there is no vision, people perish. The main take home from this story. Number 1, desire, dissatisfaction, and intolerance. What you tolerate will never change. Do not be okay when things are not okay. Fight dysfunction, fight lack, fight poverty, fight hopelessness. Why settle for being a comfortable slave, eating onions and watermelons, when you can become completely free, living in a land flowing with milk and honey? Napoleon Hill said it well. Change of any magnitude or kind will begin with an intense burning desire of something definite. Take home 2, the power of declaration. Had Dr. Trent not verbalized her dreams and vision, just thinking about them alone will not get the job done. Proverbs chapter number 18, verse number 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. By your words you shall be justified, and by your words you shall be condemned. Take home 3. Write it down. For visions and dreams to be attainable, it must be documented. Before any company is allowed to be registered on earth, it must present a document called the Memorandum of Association that must capture the vision in writing of the company. Otherwise, it can never be registered by the registrar of companies. We all need to document our vision down on paper. There is power in black and white. Habakkuk chapter number 2, verse number 2. The Lord answered me and said, write down the vision, make it plain upon the tablets, that he may run that readeth it. Written vision will keep you on the run. Take home number 4, association. If Dr. Trent would have heeded to her former clique and company and thought that her dreams were not attainable, she would never have realized her dream. She needed to believe the foreigner who saw the unseen in her, who defied the sight because she believed in the insight and the vision. She needed her mother who knew she was able to achieve all that she desired. Remember, bad company corrupts good morals. Take 5. Execution. Action is key. Action is king. The best way to turn your dreams into reality is to wake up from that dream and work on it. Every dream needs a heavy investment of time and energy to become a reality. John chapter 9 verse 4. As long as it's still day, we must do the works of him who sent me, for night comes when no man can work. Proverbs chapter 14 verse 23. In all labor there is profit, but the talk of the idle lips only lead to poverty. If you can see the invisible, then you can do the impossible. God bless you. Shalom.